Hi everyone. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a Facebook training for you and get you to go back through your Facebook page and make sure that it's optimized for the new layout and the new functions. Now, you may have noticed some months ago that when you're looking at your Facebook timeline or your main page, that all of your areas of where you can go to your tabs are on the left-hand side, along with your image that's now come out of, it used to sit here in the main banner. So this has been like this for a while, but my question to you is, have you gone back through your page and updated it to make sure that it now fits this new look and feel? So the number one thing that you should look at is your banner. Now that the image is no longer here, you can actually update and sort of put your text anywhere that you like. And obviously make sure your image of your profile image is able to be seen clearly in the feed. They come down quite teeny tiny, so I could probably make this a bit bigger. The word digital is a bit small, but it's just one of the things that you should look at. You may find that it's just totally unrecognizable when it's a profile image in somebody's feed. So that's tip number one, making sure that your banner and your profile image actually look good. Now, the main thing I wanted to show you today is about your tabs. So these tabs used to sit under your main banner, and now they're in your left-hand side. So we've got a lot of different options here. So what I'd like you to do is go into your Facebook page, click on Manage Tabs, and you'll see here, these are all your different tab options. Now, some of your tabs you can't change or get rid of, for example, your About section. So it's just showing you what the URL is if you click on it. And what I would suggest with your About section is make sure that you do some SEO keyword research. Did you realize that your About section, so I'll actually just go to my About section. So did you actually realize that the copy in your About section is actually searchable by Google and when you search here in your Facebook search function? So please make sure that you've got your SEO keywords in there. So, and also fill out as much as you can. So there's a bit of a story, there's obviously your name and your contact details. There's your little About section. You can also fill out products, company overview, awards, all of that sort of stuff. Now, the type of information that's actually here in your About section will be different depending on what type of page you've got. There's a brand or business, which is what we've got here. You may have a retail store with a shop front, and therefore there'll be like addresses and whatnot will be more prominent. You might be a public figure, you might be a charity. So depending on how your page is set up, it depends on what you're going to see. So when you're on your About page, you can edit the individual details wherever you see an edit function. When you hover over them, you'll see the edit function. Or at the top here, there's a pencil with edit page info. And what that allows you to do is add in and edit all of your information in one hit. So you can go through and edit your details there. So fill out everything in your About section as much as you can and use SEO keywords. So let's go back into Manage Tabs and see the other options that they've got. So your blog post or your Facebook post, is set. That's obviously always going to be there. But something like services, you can actually now turn on and off. So if you decide to highlight your services on your Facebook tab, then you can turn that function on. If you've got a shop, you can also turn that function on, and I'll show you what mine are at the moment. I'll come back to the Pinterest and YouTube. Set the photos is set, the videos is set, the events you can turn on and off, and the likes is set. So they're your tabs that are going to show on the left-hand side here. So let's go in and have a look at the services. I think this is a really important one. So when you're on my page and you scroll down, it's got a couple of the most recent posts at the top. Then it goes into my services and it goes into my shop, then photos. I've actually reordered this as well. So you can actually order what shows in the order that you want. So we'll come back to that in a minute. So let's have a look at services. So here's our services here. Let's click on the tab. So what I've done is I've added 3 main services, which is what Flux does. You can reorder them. So I've gone online courses first, website packages, and then consulting and training. If you want to add a service, it's fairly simple. You give a name for the service, you give a price for the service if you have one, a little bit of a description, you've only got 200 words there, and a photo. So it's fairly simple. So when you actually click on, if I edit the one that I've got in there already, a title, I've left my price out, I've put a photo in, and I've put a description in. So very easy to go in, turn on your services function, and add your services. So they're all a great way to show people what you do on Facebook. Now with the shop, it's very similar. What I decided to do with my shop is to show my online courses. So you're able to put a featured product in your shop, which I've done as my website preparation course because that's my free course. Then I've added in all of my other courses. So it's very similar. You add a product by clicking the big plus. You add either a video, which is great. You can do a video introduction to your product in your shop. You can add a photo, name, price, description. Now the URL is where they can purchase it. So you can either put, your website, or if you're using Etsy or, anything else, wherever they can buy it. Then you can choose to feature it. And when you add it, you can choose to share it onto your page. So they're 2 things that I highly recommend you go in and make sure that you've actually updated your services and your shop. So let's go back to manage tabs again, and I just want to show you how to reorder them. It's very simple. When you click on the 3 lines, you can move them. So you literally just move them. So I've decided that my about should be at the top, then my services, post, shop, and so on. The other thing that I've actually done is I have added in a Pinterest feed and a YouTube feed. You can also add in Instagram or anything else that you want to use. I'm doing this by using a third-party widget or plugin, I suppose you would call it. So when we click on page, and let's actually go into Pinterest, and I'll show you what I'm meaning here. So I'm using a tool called Woobox Apps. So if you would like to Google that, Woobox Apps, you can see here there's Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter and YouTube, all sorts of different things that you can actually add in. And what it's doing is it's displaying my Pinterest boards inside Facebook. So again, all of this is designed to keep people inside Facebook. It's proven that psychologically when people are on Facebook, they don't really want to go off to another site. They'd rather not look at it, or maybe save the post and look at it later than go off to another site. So if you can include everything that you do inside Facebook, it's going to mean that they're going to keep looking around, and hopefully the whole idea is that they would then contact you. So this brings me to the last part of the optimization that I recommend you do with your Facebook is update your button. There's new buttons now, and you can add in a couple of different things. So mine is a contact button, but you can use these other buttons. So you could do get in touch, make a purchase, download, learn more, book services. Each of these obviously change the wording of the button, and they allow you to put in whatever URL is most important. So I've just got contact us, and it's a really good opportunity to do a call to action. So if they do decide that they want to follow through and get in touch with you, what is the most important thing that you want them to do? Is it to book something, contact you, learn more, download something? Whatever it is, you should make this button that most important thing. So I hope that's helped. What I would like you to do is just spend 15 minutes. That's all it will take. Spend 15 minutes. So click on your page, go to your timeline and have a look down the left-hand side, click on Manage Tabs and go through your tabs one by one. add as much information as you can. There is these templates now, which is essentially just what sort of layout and buttons your page takes. So you can choose slightly different layouts if you're a shop or if you're a business or if you're, just the default Facebook layout. So this is how your timeline or your Facebook page will actually show. It'll have different options. So it's a really, really good idea. Remember I said in the About section that you'll have different choices depending on what template you've chosen. This is what drives it. So have a look at your templates, go through your tabs and turn on the tabs that you would like, reorder them into the order that you would like. And that will help people stay on your Facebook page a little bit longer and hopefully convert.